If you're looking for firepower within Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, then look no further than my top 5 must-have legendary weapons. Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy Kilroy, bringing you yet another Wonderlands weapon guide video. In this one, we'll be taking a look at some of the best legendary weapons in Wonderlands. So without further messing about, let's jump on into this video. So to start off with, I'm not exactly ranking these weapons in most useful or anything like that. They all have strengths and weaknesses. These are just my top 5 picks from the legendary weapons we have so far in Wonderlands. Now first off, we have the Live Wire. This Dahlia SMG comes in the lightning element and only fires out a beam of, well, you guessed it, lightning damage. Once this beam hits a target, it will chain itself to the nearest enemy, dealing quite a hefty status effect damage per second over time. This is arguably one of the best weapons in the game right now and has a permanent spot in my inventory. Now don't get me wrong, this SMG doesn't offer the same damage as other SMGs, but more than makes up for it with its incredible fire rate and elemental damage over time. If you're wanting to find this weapon, head over to the loot bunnies at the end of a Chaos Chamber run. This is the easiest way of farming for this weapon. Alternatively, you can farm Zomboss, but she has a really small chance of dropping it from her loot pool. Onto the liquid cooling. Now this gun was in fact my first Wonderlands weapon guide video that I published, and for good reason. It comes with an insane fire rate and a high status effect chance with the damage to match. This was the first legendary weapon I farmed for, and it was worth the effort as it easily tears through your opponents. It also comes with a neat little feature. Due to it being a Skulldugger weapon, it has an overheating bar above your ammo count. However, if you hit a critical shot on an enemy, the weapon cools itself down, allowing you to fire continuously until you run out of ammo, making this pretty goddamn overpowered in my opinion, which is obviously why they had to nerf it in the previous update. But don't worry, pair this with the From the Shadows Stabmancer ability, and it makes for one hell of a boss killer. You want to pick this gun up from the Obelisk boss Glesia, or try your luck from the loot bunnies. So if you're after a useful gun with a side of fun as well, look no further than the Rain of Arrows. This black powder shotgun will also have a spot in my inventory forever, as it is one of the most fun guns to use in game. You'll notice when firing this weapon there is a big circle pattern on the ground in front of you. This is basically the area in which an enemy will take damage from. Now as the red text reads, from a lacerated sky, basically meaning death from above, as this weapon will rain a hailstorm of arrows down on its enemies, dealing a whopping 233% increased gun damage with an increased area damage radius of 350%. Now this is nuts and works best not for only mobbing enemies, but even in boss fights. You'll definitely want to farm Chaos Chamber mini bosses and the loot bunnies for this legendary weapon. As for the best fire weapon in game, look no further than the Rogue Imp Assault Rifle. This weapon deals a ton of damage on top of its decent fire rate and increased gun damage. Also deals a staggering 341 fire damage per second, making it the most effective weapon against flesh enemies in my opinion. Also has a cool effect in which upon reloading it sends out 3 flaming birds that will actually seek out the nearest enemies, doing even more fire damage. Now in order to get this weapon you want to farm the loot bunnies at the end of a chaos run, as it's world drop only. Now last but not least is the White Rider SMG. The White Rider, much like the Live Wire, shoots out an elemental beam, just instead of lightning, it's poison. It also has one of the highest status effect damages per second I've seen in Wonderlands, doing a massive 579 poison damage a second. Match that with its 16% increase to fire rate and 10% increase to critical hit damage, leaves you with, well, the best poison effect gun in game. It also features dual firing modes, which let you split fire its beams into a single target or dual targets. Well, yeah, 2 targets, sorry. However, dealing half the damage on that split fire option isn't as effective as the single fire in my opinion. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for my top 5 must-have legendary weapons. If you want to see another top 5 must-have weapons, be sure to drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you'll be notified of all my future uploads. And until next time guys, peace.